Since the Epstein files were dumped in heavily redacted form, one name has vanished from the spotlight: Tom Hanks. No interviews, no public statements, no damage control PR. Just a Hollywood legend keeping his head down, praying that the government never opens the vault on the other 99% of what it's still hiding. Unfortunately for Hanks, leaked files, verified shocking and horrific, are circulating on the dark web, revealing that not only did Hanks fly on Epstein's private jet, he and Epstein tossed very young children into the sea when they were finished with them, discarded like waste. This is urgent information that can't be suppressed any longer, because when the public finally learns the truth about Hanks and Epstein's twisted bromance, the consequences won't just expose a Hollywood legend, they'll destroy the myth of who really controls the entertainment industry. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. Tom Hanks' dark past is finally catching up with him. From his long-standing friendships with Hollywood executives credibly accused of crimes against children, to his vile hobby of photographing the remains of lost children, to his secret vacations with Barack Obama, the man who ordered $65,000 of hot dogs across state lines. The pattern is impossible to ignore.
Is this what's going on with social media, that Oprah and I cannot go on a billionaire's boat to Tahiti with a former president of the United States and not keep it secret, for God's sakes? Is this where we are, Stephen Colbert?
For decades, these connections were dismissed, downplayed and buried. But now the world is waking up, and people are speaking truth to power, like Isaac Cappy, who was killed for his trouble, and the anti-paedophile activist who did this. Not only did Hanks fly on Epstein's jet, according to leaked files, and not only did he partake in sickening rituals involving young girls with Epstein, when they were finished with them, the children were thrown out of Epstein's private jet, the Lolita Express, and into the Caribbean Sea from a height of 40,000 feet. Do you want to know why 99% of the files haven't come out yet? Because the most senior defense contractor, hint it rhymes with going, commissioned this plane specifically for the agency. Ask yourself, how did the US military get paramilitary personnel into Laos and Vietnam in Boeing 727s? Care to guess what type of plane Epstein acquired after moving his trafficking operation from Zorro Ranch to Little St. James Island in the US Virgin Islands? A Boeing 727. Leaked files and testimony reveals that many of the youngest child victims didn't live to tell their story. Their bodies were sent out of the aft ventral air stair of the 727 and into the Caribbean Sea, discarded like waste. The Epstein network was never just about providing teenage girls to world leaders. Don't fall for the mainstream media gatekeeping. The reality is, and we've got plenty of evidence to prove this, Epstein provided whatever the mark wanted. And in Hanks's case, we're talking about very young children. We're also talking about occult rituals and pagan rites with Luciferian influences. We're talking about child sacrifice from 40,000 feet. And about underground stables holding children as young as 5 in horrific conditions.
This particular victim is sending an email to someone saying, "Sorry this took so long. Please let me know if you need anything else." And there's a preliminary questionnaire to see if she's actually a victim of Epstein. I was born into sex trafficking. I was trafficked beginning at my earliest memory. I do not remember a time that I was not trafficked for sex. According to birth certificate from blank, my biological parents, I do not recognize them as parents, blank and blank, began to sell me for sex in the town of blank. There were many men that were brought to their home to have sex with me. I was taken to many states in the US to sell me. I was forced by threat by blank, comma, and Jeffrey Epstein of being killed, bodily harm, and threats of harming other children if I did not have sex with them and any other people they sold me to. Sold. Remember that word, sold. The rape and sex trafficking with Jeffrey Epstein happened year blank. I was about blank years old at the time. Why would the names of any of these people or locations be redacted? The location alone is not going to identify the victim. The redaction is not long enough for it to be first and last name of the parents, so that wouldn't identify the victim. Anyway, at the time, I was taken to an underground location. I was blindfolded, so I would not know exactly where I was at. It was dark, and when we went through doors, we went downstairs. There was also an elevator in the location. I was kept in a stall. It looked like a horse stall that had short walls on the sides so you could see inside. It wasn't really to keep me and the other little girls inside. It was to make it where we could be viewed. Epstein would walk past each girl, including myself, with a lot of men following him, and they would judge us. He told me I was fat and ugly, so that's what he called me. Redacted. And he said I had to pretend it was him to see if I performed well. What do you think that says? Here's the report from the investigator from Hope for Justice Nashville, summarizing what she said. On blank, investigators received a phone call from blank, who was referred by blank to Hope for Justice. Blank stated she had been sexually trafficked by blank when she was approximately 5 years old. Not redacted this time. And again when she was 17. Blank wanted to know if her allegation could be investigated. Blank was if you're lying, you don't contact someone and say, hey, can you look into this and make sure I'm telling the truth? It's more like, this happened. Here are the details I remember. If you look under his fucking house, you might find a stable.
But they're not looking under his house. Just like they're not releasing unredacted files exposing the predators. Because the governments of almost every Western nation on earth would collapse. Institutions would collapse, including the Hollywood entertainment system. Isaac Cappy warned us years ago about Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg and others. But even he didn't know the extent of the barbarism in their circles. Today's sponsor is PillsForever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. The price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with PillsForever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, weight loss and diabetes medication, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this testimony of Joe Tippins, a cancer survivor, thanks to fenbendazole.
2 years ago, Joe Tippins says he was told to go home, call hospice, and say his goodbyes. The doctors were unanimous. He was going to die of small cell lung cancer.
Once that kind of cancer goes that far afield, the odds of survival are less than 1%, and the median life expectancy is 3 months.
Tippins says he got a tip, not from a pharmacist, but a veterinarian. And in his desperation, he turned from people medicine to dog medicine. Specifically, fenbendazole.
My insurance company spent $1.2 million on me with traditional means before I switched to a $5 a week medicine that actually saved me.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. Please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Numerous Hollywood insiders have gone on the record admitting that child abuse is rife in the entertainment industry. Many celebrities, including Anne Heche, Chris Cornell, Avicii and Chester Bennington, all of whom vowed to expose the rotten Hollywood system, were found dead in suspicious circumstances before they could finish their work. Then there's Isaac Cappy. It was reported that Cappy forced himself off a bridge and passed away on May the 13th, 2019 on Route 66. Strangely enough, Tom Hanks began making Route 66 themed Instagram posts shortly after.
I'm not going to talk about Tom Hanks either, who is also a pedophile. Tom Hanks, folks, is a pedophile. I'm sorry if this is the kind of bursting your bubble, all this information is new. Tom fucking Hanks, guys. Pedophile. Called out, no response. There's this girl, Sarah Ruth Ashcraft, on Twitter, who has been accusing Tom Hanks of raping her when she was 13. Her dad sold her to Tom Hanks. She's been accusing him for months and months and months and months and months. He's never addressed it. I saw the gun allegations, and I saw him like, oh, they're just jokes. I'm like, bro, I know who you are. I know you. I've met you. Is Oprah a pedophile? Well, let's see. Hanks, Weinstein, I mean, the company she keeps, as rich as she is, I don't care. I've already been blacklisted. They can't double blacklist me. They can try to kill me. You know, good luck with that.
Yeah, it's true. My parents got coronavirus. Crazy.
Hanks was emboldened after the death of Cappy, collecting grisly keepsakes and posting the evidence online for the world to see. But his days are numbered, the people are waking up, and the elite won't continue to get away with hiding their crimes in plain sight. But as you know, this is dangerous territory. The death of countless celebrity whistleblowers attests to this, and we all need to protect ourselves. If you're digging into dangerous topics online, be aware, you are in their crosshairs. And nobody has more to hide than Israel when it comes to the topic of Jeffrey Epstein and his stable of compromised VIPs. Israel has warned they're tracking and monitoring anybody who criticises them online. And they're not only gunning for your social media, they want to destroy your life.
So number one, we measure and track. Number two, we monitor and disrupt. We have a whole apparatus. I have 40 analysts working full-time, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, monitoring extremists. We monitor them online, social media, messaging apps, video games, cryptocurrency, podcasts, short-form video, Wikipedia, LLMs. We monitor these people and we share the intelligence with the FBI. We're monitoring right-wing extremists like white supremacists, armed militia groups. We're monitoring political Islamists and Christian nationalists, all of them. And then we train. We're the largest trainer of law enforcement in America, extremism and hate. We train 20,000 officers every year.
Did you know that one of Israel's most powerful weapons is the VPN on your laptop or your phone right now? If you're paying for a VPN in 2026, cancel your subscription right now. You're under attack. Israel has bought up the most popular VPNs in the world, including ExpressVPN, CyberGhost, Nord, and private internet access. Their staff, packed with Israeli military intelligence veterans, the very people who built Israel's most powerful surveillance tools. We can't allow them to memory hole the most important information in the world. We can't allow them to destroy our movement. That's why we're revealing the first trustless VPN, VP.net, built last year so that even if it wanted to spy on you, it couldn't. Even if the feds came knocking, they'll walk away empty-handed. It's built inside a secure enclave, uses military-grade encryption and stores zero data. Yes, really, zero zilch nada. And here's the best part. It's 100% American-owned. No Mossad backdoors. No feds rifling through your DMs. Sign up today at vp.net/TPV. And you can finally stop asking, who's monitoring me? Because the answer is they were, but with vp.net, not anymore. Reject Israel first and expel the spies hiding in your phones, in your apps, in your devices. Go to vp.net/TPV and take back control before it's too late.